I'm here with Magic Bukowski. Hello, thank you for doing this interview. We have a few
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We have a couple of questions we want to know. Dying Light looks a bit like Dead Island. How much has Dead Island influenced the making of Dying Light?
Well, Dead Island was the first open world game that we ever did. That was also our first zombie game, so we learned a lot from that experience. And from then we moved on. We sat down, we thought, what can we do to take the game to the next level? We came up with the idea of the unprecedented freedom of movement so that you can traverse through the world completely free. We introduced dynamic day and night cycle. So Dying Light is if you could think of it like a spiritual sequel, but if you put all the unique features of Dying Light together, it's actually something much more. It's a different kind of experience. Dying Light is an action survival game, while our previous style was more of a hack and slash. So this time around, it's much more darker, much more serious. You have to make choice. As you could see, combat is a very important part of the game, but many times it's just an option. Many times you have to run away. Yeah. You have to play it smart.
Okay. So Deep Silver also announced Dead Island 2.
Yes.
What's exactly the differences between Dying Light and Dead Island 2? Could you elaborate on that?
That's a very good question. But to be honest, I don't know that much about Dead Island 2.
Okay.
Dead Island is no longer RIP. It's developed by Deep Silver and I think guys at Jaeger. So you should really ask them what they have in store.
Okay. All right. Let's hop to the next question. How difficult was it to adapt the zombies' behavior to the time of the day? I mean, it's kind of difficult, so we were wondering how difficult it was.
Well, it was all about, making new IP is hard. Like, it's really hard. You have more questions than you have answers. So it took us a lot of time to find what's really cool about it and, what is fun. So we had to iterate a lot. So even in the last year, I would say, like what we had last year and what we have now, we had to adapt the behavior of zombies and to make the gameplay really different between day and night.
Mm-hmm. So what's exactly the difference between day and night and the zombies?
So during the day in Dying Light, you're pretty free to explore. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not safe. Like, you still have to keep moving because they'll get at you. But you can explore, you can find loot, do your questing. You're relatively safe.
Okay.
Now, when the night comes, they go crazy. They get much more aggressive, much faster. On top of that, new special kind of enemies show up that are available only during the night, and they're like really badass. They can kill you instantly.
Okay.
We call them volatile, and they're so dangerous that when you see them, you don't really fight them. You just run away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the main difference.
Right, and
on top of that, what you just experienced during our demo, one of the scenarios that might happen during the night is that another person playing this super infected might join into your game, and then you will have to handle him.
I really thought that was awesome, man. The flashlight, does also influence the behavior of the zombies in the nighttime?
Yes, so our zombies, our infected, are attracted to both noise and light.
Okay.
So if you try to sneak through the city during the night, turning off your flashlight or turning it on might get attention of the zombies themselves. At the same time, the night zombies are light sensitive, so it might be a difference between light and death, because this light might just get them stunned for the brief period of time to let you go away.
Okay, I also have another question. Are vehicles available to be played in the game? Ride a bike or a car, I don't know.
Again, that's a very good question. At some point in the game, we had cars. At this time, we kind of thought that with the environment that we had and the freedom of movement, cars didn't really support the gameplay. Yeah. So for now, we removed the cars from the game.
Okay. Let's see. What makes free running so special in Dying Light?
Free running?
Yeah. The tracking.
Well, we believe that this is actually like the next step in the evolution of games. Okay. Many years ago, like if you would play Wolfenstein, there was no jumping. Like you could just go and shoot, and that was it.
Yeah.
A couple of years later, everybody added jumping mechanics, and it's like so basic right now that if you would play a game without jumping, that would be weird. Like that game sucks. You can't jump. That's stupid. With what we have in Dying Light, that whatever you see, you can just grab it and get on top of it. You can go over walls. You can climb fences, get on top. You know, you can go everywhere, whatever you want. We believe like this is what should be basic for FPS genre. So I hope that we can expect that in many years, being able to have this level of freedom was going to be basic. Like if you're going to play, because you know you spend a couple of hours with the game, with Dying Light, and then you go back to a regular FPS, and it's like it kind of feels weird. Like you know, I want to jump over that. I want to climb here and there.
No, that's dynamic. That's dynamic.
Yeah. So and you know, and it changes the game dramatically because suddenly there's so many options that you can do. You know, you can. I mean, you can fulfill your fantasies. Like you always wanted to see what's behind that building, or you know, you just want to do the stuff that you know, you can see a wall. My grandma could get over that wall because it's knee high, right? Yeah. So why can't I do it in a game where I'm like super soldier or something, and I can kill stuff, but I can't jump over a wall? Come on.
Yeah.
So
true.
you know, this is really amazing, and I'm really happy with what we have. I mean, it was trust me, it was pain developing it, but I think it was absolutely worth it.
All right. So another question: how much has the game changed compared to last year? Because last year another editor of our has played the game, and he was wondering how much was developed in that time.
All right. Well, the short answer is you have no idea. A year is absolutely, you know, that's a huge amount of time. So pretty much, you know, we iterated pretty much everything. From technical perspective, for example, we introduced the physically based lighting system.
Okay.
So that allows us to calculate how the light bounces off the scene, and that makes the game look even better. We work on our co-op code, so that's why we were able to bring live co-op demo for Gamescom this year. We iterated the skills, we iterated enemies' behavior. We changed a lot of, you know, we rewritten a lot of the dialogues to make them more crispy and so on. Mm-hmm. So, you know, pretty the whole, we worked all over the game.
All right, nice. Let's see here. Well, co-op mode is going to be, is co-op going to be drop in, drop out, or will you be doing from the start of the mission?
No, you know, we wanna keep it as convenient as possible.
Okay.
So you're just playing your regular game. Mm-hmm. You're going to have a prompt like there's somebody at the same progress of the game playing, and then you can, with a single click of the button, there's no lobby, there's no loading screen, just single click, you join, and you can play together. Yep. At any point in the game, you may decide how you want to do it. Like if you want to, let's say the quest requires you that there are two separate objectives, so you might decide let's go together, or I'll take this one, you take this one, and let's meet again. Nice. Or let's say we're going through the night, so we may decide, you know what, I'm going to try to lure them away, make some noise here, like start banging your machete on the wall. I'm going to make some noise here. The infected will come here, then we'll go around them, or you will go through the rooftop and try to kill them from the top. So there's a lot of ways for how you can cooperate. Then you might decide, okay, that's enough for me, I'm just going to split, and then again, the other person just logs off and you continue your game normally. So it's totally seamless.
Okay. Another question, is Dying Light an open world game, or will it be mission dependent?
I'm sorry,
will Dying Light be an open world game, or will it be mission dependent?
It is. Dying Light is an open world game. Okay. We have there are certain loading screens between, because we have two really big areas.
Okay. Each one of these areas is about the size of the whole Dead Island game. Mm-hmm. So it's really the biggest games we've built so far. On top of that, we also have smaller maps like interiors and stuff. So it's pretty much open, and some certain loadings might happen at some point.
Okay.
Let's see here. Well, I think that's it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for this interview, and
thank you for having me.
Yes.